All right, guys, welcome everyone. Just gonna wait literally probably 30 seconds and then we're gonna get right into it so that we don't waste anybody's time. Get a paper and pen if you don't already have it so that you can take some notes because we're gonna go through a lot of information. It's gonna be pretty quickly, so by writing some stuff down. Also, if you have any questions that you feel like, what the heck did they just say? Anything like that, write it down and you can message your leader. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, guys, my name's Janny Copeland and I am a triple diamond with It Works. I've got Marina Winkler and Kelsi Ullom, two of my best friends in this business, and we all met through this company. And they're going to give you just a little quick version of their story. Can everybody hear me okay, first of all, before I keep talking? Yes, okay, good, awesome. So my story, just in a really quick nutshell, is, I joined in the fall of 2014. I wasn't looking for a business. I wasn't looking for a lot of income to come out of this. Honestly, I just wanted the wraps, and I couldn't really afford them. I was watching my sponsor and her success and people making money, and some rate called Ruby, $500. I kept seeing that and I was like, shoot, I don't know what Ruby is, but I could use $500. And that is literally why I joined, to pay for my own product and maybe make a little extra. I was hoping by the end of my first year, maybe I would be making that $500 was kind of my goal. And I was making that with some definite hard work. I was coachable, and we're going to talk about that. I was taking advice. I was not going it on my own. I didn't know what I was doing. And so I took the advice of the people who were already where I wanted to be, making the money that I wanted to make. So because of that, after 16, 17 months of doing this, you guys, with just this, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have anything, no iPad, nothing, just this. And it was an old one. I was making more than I made at my full-time job, my husband's full-time job. We retired. We moved. We bought our bigger house than we ever thought we'd have. And I haven't worked. I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary of not working a normal job. And I say normal job because I do work. I work this business, and it pays me more than any, quote, career or job I've ever had in my 36 years on the planet. I love this company. I love what it does for people's health, for people's finances. And I love the fact that whatever your goal is, if it's $50, if it's free product, if it's your boss needs to go away forever, whatever your goal is, we are here to help you with your goal. So I just love that so much. So I'm going to jump straight into, this is kind of like your first we'll just call it your 48-hour checklist. Okay. Things that you want to write this down, things that you want to do. Some of you might have just joined today. Some of you might already be in your first few days or your first week, and that's fine. But this is kind of a really good checklist for your first couple of days. You want to make sure that you have a plan for ordering product. It is not mandatory that you order product as a distributor. That is something that is up to you, but I'm going to tell you why it's going to set you up for success. By setting up your 80 BV auto ship, which, really quick, each product has a bonus volume attached. So if the wraps are $59, the bonus volume, the BV, is $54. So they're not all exactly the same. And you want your auto ship to be 80. Like I said, it's up to you, but it sets you up for success because it guarantees every single month that you're commission qualified. If you don't run an auto ship for 80 after your first month and beyond, then you're risking you might not get commission. You might not be commission qualified. The other way to become commission qualified is to have 150 worth of volume of customers' orders. So you have the two options, but I will tell you, and the reason they give you that option, you guys, which is awesome, is, if you are just scraping by and you just scraped up your 99 to join, then we want to help you make money, right? Before you start spending. We don't want you to, the point is not to spend the money. The point is to make money. But by setting yourself up with products to use, it's 2 to 3 products, basically, depending on what you pick. And that really does set you up, because I would not be here, Marina would not be here, none of us would be here if we weren't in love with the products, using the products. So committing to that is so important. And then you're really getting your foundation, you're getting off on the right foot already. So I'm not going to get into showing you guys how to set up your auto simply because of time, but it's really easy. Once you log into your eSuite, click on auto ship. You can change the date any day between the 1st and the 25th. Pick what you want, make sure it adds up to 80, and then save changes. And then that is exactly how you do that. The next thing you guys want to do in your first 24, 48 hours is get your list. Try to get at least 30 names on it. Go through your phone, go through your contacts, the obvious people first. And then if you want to go beyond 30, great. But we say 30 because everybody can write down 30 names from your Facebook, from your job, your kids, friends, parents, your neighbors, people you used to go to high school with. Like everybody can come up with 30 names. And we're going to help you by giving you ideas for how to reach out to them, what to say, exactly. We want you to be yourself, but we will give you examples of what to say when reaching out to those people. And then it's really important, you guys, to make an announcement post. You want to announce yourself. This is your business, which is pretty awesome that you got it for $99. I promise you it's crazy because most people that start a business are taking out a bank loan or borrowing money or, just getting into deep, deep debt. I started this business for $99, just like all of you did. And I'm a six-figure yearly earner for a business that cost me $100. So this is a real business, and you have to treat it like a real business if you want to, profit from it like a real business. So that starts with announcing yourself. Your friends and family are not going to message you and say, I just have a feeling that you joined a company today and I'd like to hear about it. Like you have to put yourself out there. Is it a little scary and nerve-wracking? Heck yeah. I had sweaty palms. I was worried about what people would think. I was worried about, quote, bothering people. You guys, I got over it. My sponsor told me to get over it pretty quickly. Just get over it. They're not going to pay your bills. And I got my first couple customers came in just from a post I put on Facebook people I hadn't talked to. One of them was my best friend from high school. Hadn't talked to her in years. And she's like, what are these stomach pictures you're putting on Facebook? I have a beer belly. Can it help me? Like, I'm pretty sure that was pretty much our exact conversation. She was my first customer. So put yourself out there. Again, your sponsor can help you come up with an announcement post, or we might talk about that a little, give you some ideas tonight too on how to announce yourself. Set your goal and write it down. Communicate it to the person who signed you up. I can't stress that enough, because if your goal is to make that emerald bonus and get that $5,000 in the next couple months, then we want to know that so that we know how to help you. We can help push you. We can help give you daily inspiration, daily accountability, daily ideas. If you aren't really going for that bonus and you just want to dip your toe in the water of this company, then we want to know that too, because we can help you individually on an individual basis. So write down your goals and communicate them. Really quickly, I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to get your first 4 loyal customers, because your first goal is those 4 loyals. That gets you $100 in shopping spree to use that it works on your website. Okay. And it's awesome because who doesn't, several of you got the deal that's going on right now. So you're getting a bunch of extra stuff for free anyways, but you're going to get another $100 shopping spree to use on anything else. So here's how you get those first 4. By going back to that list that we talked about. A lot of you are going to get your 4 customers if you really are diligent about reaching out to at least those 30 people. Some people are going to ignore you. Some people might say, oh, no, thanks, whatever. But that's why we want you to message 30 and not 4. Messaging 4, you might get 3 people that don't respond to you, and then 1 person that says, oh, great, but I get paid next Friday. And then you're still kind of at square one. That's why we want you to message 30, because out of those 30, you have a really good shot at getting at least 4 of them that are interested and want to try something now. So reach out with those sample messages that we're going to help you with. The second step is when you get responses, message your sponsor and say, okay, my aunt is saying this. What should I say back? This is very important because you're in the training stage. Like I said, think about this as a real business and treat it like a real business. Because if you just started a brand new job and you're on the job training, you would not be expected to know how to do it at all. So this is the same thing. You're not expected to know how to describe things, how to answer questions, how to seal the deal. You're not expected to know that. You're just expected to be coachable, and then let us help you. After we help you seal the deal with the first few customers, then you're going to feel so much confidence and so much, you're going to be ready to jump out of the nest, and you'll be equipped with those tools. But in the beginning, if you just start kind of going on your own, you might lose some potential customers that would have joined had you had kind of a better conversation and wording. So let us help you with that. And the other thing, this has been a huge tip. I learned this in my first few months and I have never, ever veered from it. Again, this is just my way, but I sign a lot of customers every month, and I do it because I sign them up myself. Now, you don't have to do that. Customers can, of course, go to your website. You all have a website with It Works. Your customer can go to that website and they can order. However, we all know that people procrastinate. People put things in their online cart. They forget about it. They get back to it a couple weeks later. I mean, I do that all the time. So if they say, yes, I'm in, you've already explained how to become a loyal customer, the 3-month commitment to getting that 40% off discount, and they say, yes, I want the hair vitamins. How do I order? You are going to say, I will get this processed for you. And in fact, when you're new and it's your first customer, you have an advantage that the rest of us don't have. You can say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're going to try this. You're my first customer and I haven't even put a customer into the system yet. So if you can send me your info, here's what I need. I'm so pumped right now. I'm going to put it in. You're going to be the first person. No one's going to say no to that because it's also really important for you to know how to put in a customer. So, but I always put them in myself. They say, how do I order? And I say, okay, here's what I need. Do you want me to call you? Do you want to do it through text? What's easier for you? And then I list off, name, phone number, email address, card number with expiration. I always say I don't need the code. In parentheses, I say that because I feel like we don't need the code on the back, and I feel like it gives them a little more security that they don't have to send that. So if somebody doesn't want to send you the info, they can absolutely go to your website. There's a PayPal link. It's all there for them to use, but by offering to do it for them, 99% of my customers have me do it for them. And then I sign up probably 4 times as many customers a month as if I would if I just said, okay, here's my website. And then you're like twiddling your thumbs waiting for them to actually order. So that is my biggest tip with loyal customers. And I'm going to pass it off to Marina right now. And I'm going to unmute. Oh, you unmuted. Yay. Okay. Take it away, girl.
Hi, guys. I'm Marina Winkler. I'm a presidential diamond in Vancouver Island in Canada. So we are best friends. Janny, Kelsi, and I all met on the first cruise that we earned with this company. So that's another thing that you guys can have to look forward to as new, distributors, is that the friendships. Oh my gosh, like we met 3 years ago and there's not one day we've gone without talking. Am I right, ladies? Like it's been incredible. So you could potentially meet your very best friend, in this business, and none of us are affiliated. We're not on the same team. We're all sidelines. So you just never know who you're going to meet at an event. And I just think that's the most exciting. So I joined just over 3 years ago, 3.5 years. And I was one of those people that was very negative, not negative about the company, but I didn't have time. I owned a very successful cleaning company at the time. I had been cleaning for 15 years and I had built my empire, what I thought was an empire for my family. And I had 10 employees and I worked full time. I worked 7 days a week, never saw my kids, but I thought I was doing what I had to do for my family, and for my children. So I was asked to join this business and very quickly said no. I don't join those pyramid schemes, I know we've all heard it, and I was that girl that like, no thank you, but thank you so much, and people had asked me several times to join this type of business because I was a business owner. And I finally ended up being, and I'm so ashamed now to say this, I was one of those people who they actually gave me a box of free wraps because I refused to pay for them because I'm so Jewish. I'm actually Jewish, so I'm allowed to say that. And I'll save money wherever I can, right? So, and I was like, no, I'm probably not going to buy these products, but thank you so much. So she ends up giving it to me for free. In exchange, I had to give her my best, take my before and afters. So I ended up saying, you know what, I didn't really see a whole lot of results, but thank you so much. She goes, well, you took the pictures, right? And I said, of course. So I put those on and sent them to her, but she put them side by side. You guys, I had the most incredible results ever. And I joined her team that night. So my $99 investment turned into like a full-blown business. I closed my cleaning company down a year in. I've been doing it 3.5 years, like I said. My husband, who was a non-believer, is now involved as well. And we've earned over $200,000 in bonuses with this company, and we've paid over $100,000 in debt. And we now live in our dream home on 10 acres of property. And we travel the world with this business. So that's just a little bit of my story. And now I just want to dive in a little bit to what can really easily affect people quitting this business. One of the number one reasons that people quit is negativity. The naysayers, the ones who are like, it's a pyramid scheme, it's this, it's that. I was that in the beginning. My husband was that. We barely spoke for 10 months of me being in this business. And I just want to tell you guys, like Janny said before, they don't pay your bills. Their opinions do not get you your bonuses. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their opinions, providing for your family, putting gas in your vehicle. Like, this is a legitimate business that provides so much for us. If it works, if you put in the work, this is a job and it does take time. And if you say, I'm just too busy, I just don't have the time, find the time. I'm telling you, it is worth it. I went from working 7 days a week to not seeing my children to now I work from my hot tub, and my kids are splashing around and we're all together and we travel and we have that freedom to just go anywhere. If you have family that you never get to see, this is an opportunity to be able to see your family. And, here's an example. I'm an identical twin. My twin sister just went into liver failure. She's 34 weeks pregnant. I was able to head straight up 8 hours away, head straight there and be with her in the hospital and watch her sweet baby girl be born 34 weeks, 6 weeks early, and watch her and be there for her all the way through the end. So if you have family that you just want to be there for, this is what we get to do. We get to just work on our phones. So if someone's being negative, move past it. It's a mindset, guys. You've got to take it and throw it out the door because they can get a hold of you. And I'm telling you, it can make you feel so down. If you have a partner who's negative, have patience because they will come around. My husband never came around until I got him on the first cruise. So it was 10 months of me tiptoeing around our house, so I just want to say, you've got this. We all started at the exact same spot and we all have the same goals in the end. We're on chapter 30. You guys are on chapter 1. Don't compare yourselves to our chapter 30. Go through your process. Do what you have to do. Do yourself in your team pages. If your particular enroller is maybe not as active as you want to be, find that person's enroller and go and chat with them. Make it happen. So I want to chat a little bit now about how important it is to grow your team and filling your network. So we can build on social media. I built 98% of my business on social media. So, you wonder like, oh God, I have no friends. I don't think I'll be able to do this. You know what? You can be whoever you want to be behind a computer screen. Honestly, you really can. So if you're not the one you're a little bit more shy, you maybe have anxiety, and maybe we'll go into this one if you guys want to add me. If you have anxiety, my story is I have major anxiety coming into this. So if you want to send me a private message, I'd be happy to chat with you about it, but we need to build our team. So you can do it on social media. So here's my biggest tip for growing your network. And it's so important. Make your Facebook public. Do not be private. Open yourself up to this opportunity and then add yourself to different pages. So groups on Facebook. So it's got to be things that you connect with. So I have a Frenchie, and if any of you know me, I'm pretty obsessed with her. So if you go to my Facebook page, you'll probably see quite a few pictures of this Frenchie dog. So I'm in all these Frenchie groups. So I add people. I just go down and add a ton of people from these pages. And then you guys are probably wondering, well, what do you do if they're like, who are you? Why are you adding me? You know what? Like, the biggest thing that you can say, and this is why you add yourself to groups where you have a common interest. Hey girl, you know what? I saw you in the Frenchie page and I just want to litter my news feed with Frenchie pictures. And you just seem like a really positive person that I'd want on on my page. So I just decided to add you. I hope that's okay. Really, really hard for them to come back at you negatively when you're being so nice about them. You know what I mean? And they'll add you back. Hey, yeah, it's so great to have new friends. Then you start that bond, you start that connection. And I always say, don't cold message them right away. Don't message them about the business. Talk to them about your Frenchie. You know, if you're into hiking, join some hiking groups. If you're into knitting, join some knitting groups. Whatever you got to do so you have a common interest, and then you can start the conversation. And before you know it, you're talking about what each other does for work. Boom, you're in. You start talking to them about your business. And you just bring it in slow. It doesn't have to be, it works this and it works that. People do get turned off by that. Don't be that person, you know? So that's a huge one. I would say when you want to seal the deal by signing a distributor, honestly, sometimes it can take time. So it takes 7 to 21 follow-ups to get someone to join you. That's very, very common. And you can message them. They might never write you back. Be persistent, but don't be overbearing. Check in every couple days, you know, and be kind. Don't ever be snippy. I think a lot of us will be like, God, like so stinking rude. So-and-so never wrote me back. Like they just read my message and just, you know, booted on over, didn't even care about what I had to say. But you know what? This is on our minds. It's not on their minds. So if you're talking to someone, they might read the message. They might have been at work. You never know what's going on in their lives. So I follow up. And then I always say something like, hey girl, did you get abducted by aliens? LOL, you know, like just make it something funny. And then just write something like, you know, I'm a sucker for follow up. If you don't want me to continue, otherwise I'll check in every couple days, you know, and then the ball's kind of in their court, you know? So that's pretty much what I do with my new distributors. And honestly, like Janny said, really signing them up yourself has been a game changer. I used to always just say, here's my website. Don't ever send them. You should send them your website at the very last moment after they are like for sure going to sign, you know, and that's like the last final thing. So yeah. I would say if you can get them on a phone call to finish it up, I know a lot of us are not, I get anxiety to this day. I had a phone call with a girl in New York that I met in Florida at conference with Kelsi. And we chatted today for an hour. And the whole time leading up to it, I was like, oh God, I'm going to throw up. You know, like I'm so nervous talking to them. I've been in this for 3 years. So know that you're not alone. We get those feelings too, but you just have to get over it. Improve yourself 1% every single day, just 1% self-improvement every day. That's 365% growth in a year. Like imagine how much you can change in a whole year if you just allow yourself that tiny little bit. Don't overwhelm yourself. So, you know, it's bottom line. We are obsessed with this company, as you can see. You can be too. You know, we are 3 years in. I make 5 times my monthly income with my very successful cleaning company that I was like, I don't need any more, you know, like we're doing just fine, you know, and it's something that we know that you guys can have too. It's a matter of just sticking it out. So that's what I have to say.
Thanks, Marina. Awesome. All right, Kels.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm unmuted, I think. Okay. Oh, there I am. Gosh, my face looks huge. Okay. All right. So my name is Kelsi Ullom, and I'm a presidential diamond with It Works. And I started this business in May of 2015. I have 3 amazing little kids. When I started this business, I was in school full time, and I was so busy. My husband was in law enforcement at that time. He was working 24/7 for us to be able to pay our bills. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, my kids were, I think, ages 4 and under when I started the business. So for those of you with little kids, you're like, I don't have time, I'm so busy, whatever. You know, don't use that as an excuse to hold you back, okay? So anyway, I started this business with very low expectations. I'm from a super small town. Everyone had tried It Works. Everyone had done some sort of multi-level marketing company or direct sales. So when I got into this, I'm thinking like, even if I could get my hands on some products and see some good results, because before, when I started this business, I was a pageant girl. So I was constantly having to prep to get on stage and be in front of people. So I got my hands on the products. I fell in love with them. My husband's a former bodybuilder. He was not a believer. He was kind of just like, I don't know if you're going to be good at this or not. I love you, but whatever. So in my mind, I wanted to prove him wrong. So in 10 months, I was promoted to triple diamond, and that's a 6-figure income. And we've brought in $92,000 in bonuses. We paid off debt. I recently traveled to Arizona just to hang out with Janny and do a work week, and that was a tax write-off. And then I've gone to Europe with Marina and her husband, and that was just a pipe dream for me being a young mom. So, and all this ties into what I'm going to talk to you guys about. Your story is so important to your business, okay? So your why and your story is what's going to thrust you forward in this business like a rocket. When I first started, I didn't have a story. All I had was, I'm a young mom that doesn't have more than 3 years of a college education. I was working $9.50 an hour as a medical coder, and I felt really lost and lonely. Like I just wanted to connect with people, and I always felt like I was meant for incredible things. And I think we all have that feeling inside of us where we're like, oh my gosh, I can do something big, but I don't know how to do it, right? We all are kind of faced with that. Well, network marketing is this beautiful vehicle that can take you to the next level in your life, but it all starts with what you put out there. And a lot of what you put out there is going to be on social media, whether you believe it or not. So social media is extremely important if you're not going to throw parties and blitz people, right? So if you're new, you're like, what's blitzing? That's when you literally walk up to somebody and talk to them about the business. If you're wanting to work social media, you're going to want to do the things that Janny and Marina talked about. Building that network is so important. I'm a law enforcement wife, and I only had 500 Facebook friends when I started this business. And a lot of police wives are like, don't add strangers. You don't want people up in your business because people hate cops. So that was really scary for me to add new friends. It was also really scary for me to share my story. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how to share your story in a way that captures people's attention without screaming, I'm in a network marketing company, because 3 years ago, we could totally do that, right? We could totally just talk about the business and people are like, what is this? They hadn't heard of it. Now people kind of know that people use social media to grow their businesses, and that's okay if you do it in a way that draws people in. I like to call it, it's called attraction marketing, and it's just this really incredible way to reach people. So hold on, let me pull my notes really quick. Okay, so the first thing that I love for people to do is share their why. So a lot of times they'll scroll and they'll see that, oh gosh, Jessica just joined another network marketing company. That's one more person that's going to try to sell me something on social media. But nobody can argue with why you got into this business, especially if it's to better your life and your kids' lives. So does that kind of make sense to everyone? Nobody can be like, that's so stupid that she wants to give her kids better or herself better or move herself forward in life. And if they are like that, you don't need them. They're negative. Pluck them out. You don't need that. So sharing your why is basically why you joined this business. And sometimes you got to really dig deep and kind of, figure out what is the real reason. And it doesn't, we were always told, like, if your why doesn't make you cry, you need to find another why. And every time I thought of my why did I join this business? I was brought to my knees in tears. So everything changed for me 2 years ago when we wanted to have another baby and I couldn't get pregnant. This business paid for me to have fertility treatments to get pregnant, and then introduced me to keto, which is another story. So I was able to share that part of my life and be vulnerable and share my story. And so I look at it as a 2-part thing, okay? You are growing your business, you're attracting people through your posts, okay, that's 1. And 2, you're using social media as a platform to reach people that need positivity and goodness in their life, right? So sometimes that requires you to get uncomfortable and to talk about things that make you feel like weird or awkward. So your why is why you started this business. And so posting on social media is so important. And if you ever need examples, you can go to any of our pages. We all share our stories a lot. A lot of very successful people in this business became successful because they shared their why and they dug deep and shared their heart and soul on social media multiple times a week. And if you're brave enough and you're not afraid to get on a live video, that can really, really explode your business and change things. So that's another thing I wanted you guys to kind of take note of. So when you're a brand new distributor and you're wanting to sign distributors, because I think a lot of us come to this business and we already have this mindset. So I'm going to talk for 5 more minutes, Janny, because I just got the notification. So we come into this business and we're like, oh my gosh, you know, how am I going to find people that want to do this with me? This is crazy and uncomfortable. So this is exactly what I did. I talked to everybody about it, and not in like a cheesy salesperson way, because I'm not a cheesy salesperson. I talked to people about coming to this business for 2 reasons. They were going to get to become healthy. There's 5 different ways to make money in our business, which is incredible. And then to earn some side money. So I don't know anyone that would turn down trying to get healthy using really incredible products and then joining to make cash, right? So I talked to a lot of people about it. I had that list of 30 people that Janny talked about. And it did take me a while to sign my first few distributors, but I moved very quickly in this company because I did not care what people thought about me approaching them about the business. And if you guys ever need any samples, we all can provide like how we reach out to people. I love to use the voice message feature on my phone. So if you're messaging someone, you can actually click the little microphone and it gives you, 30 seconds, I think, or a minute. I don't remember. It's a minute. A minute. And you just let them know, let them hear you. That's so important to allow people to hear your voice and hear what you have to say. So just to wrap it up, it's really important for you to share your story on social media, to share your why, especially when you first get started. Your why could be wanting to retire your husband, wanting to retire your health or yourself, paying off debt, giving more to your kids. You know, I just wanted to buy all 3 of my kids shoes at one time. That was an incredible thing. So it doesn't matter how big or small, those things need to be talked about. And when you're able to buy gasoline or go on a date or buy your kids school clothes with the money that this business provides, then post about it. It's so important. So Janny, I'm going to hand it off to you now so you can wrap this thing up.
Wrap it up. No pun intended. Okay, so you guys, we have a little challenge, a little fun challenge for you guys, as you all know, and because many of you joined in this with this promotion. So this is such an incredible promotion. I just want you to know this is something that they really do not do. We have all been in 2014, early 2015. We've never seen them ever do this. So in the next couple of days, you can actually get a little uncomfortable, even though you just started and you're like, I don't even know anything about this. Let me just tell you, use this promotion to your advantage. You can have people join you now because of your excitement, and then you can learn how to do the business together, which is actually really, really fun. One of my close friends at work was my first distributor. I didn't even know much about the business yet. I was very new, and I was honest about it. I was just excited. I was like, look, I've just joined. I barely know what I'm doing, but I know I'm going to make money, and I've watched people make money, and you should do it with me. That's literally almost word for word what I said, and that's how I signed my first couple of people. So you can be excited and reach out to some of those people. When you make that list of 30, put a star next to the ones that you think like, oh, I know so-and-so could use some money. So-and-so is going to have a baby and she probably doesn't want to go back to work. Or, you know, start reaching out to those people and just be honest and say, just be excited. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. It's my favorite quote for starting a business like this. If you wait to try to learn everything, you're missing a lot of the boats that are sailing past you, because you can make a lot of money while you're learning. So our little challenge for you guys for the next 24 hours, whatever time zone you're in, just 24 hours from now, if you reach out to 30 people, and it can be, some of them can be for products, some of them can be about the business, but reach out to all 30 and be able to show that you did it, and not just say that you did it, but show that you did it. And then let one of us know. If you're on Kelsi's team, and if you're not sure which one of us, chances are one of us is your leader if you're on this training. So if you're on Kelsi's team, message her. If you're on Marina's team, message her. And if you're on my team, message me and let me know, like, oh my gosh, I just did it. I messaged 30 people. It doesn't matter how successful you are with those first 30 messages. What matters is that you are willing to do it, and you're not going to sit around and let this opportunity kind of pass by. You joined, which sometimes is the hardest step because people are just nervous to do anything different. This is different. This was different for me. This was scary for me. I was super nervous, but I did it. And the next step is to actually do something with this vehicle that you just purchased. You just purchased, and whether or not you guys know, I promise you, what you have your hands on can change everything. And it can be financial, it can be your health, it can be both, but this is an amazing thing that you are a part of. So we just want to give you that little extra push to actually do something with it now that you have it. So reach out to those 30 people, and then we can help with message your leader, your sponsor. You can message one of us and we can give you really good examples. We want you to be yourself, but we do have some really good samples of good messages, how to reach out to those people about being a customer and how to reach out to people about the business. And you guys, they're going to get all of those products for free. So lead with that. Lead with the fact that, be excited. There's a lot of free product that's ending on Saturday. There's no contract. I always tell people, if for some reason you hate it, which you're not going to, but if you do, keep all the products and you're not, you know what I mean? You're not you're not buying a car or renting a house, or you're not even buying a puppy. This is really the lowest form of commitment, okay? And there's so much that you're going to gain from it. So that is the challenge. Now, here's what one person from each one of our teams is going to win. Marina put up, I think, 5 days of keto coffee, 5 days of greens detox, and 5 days of something else. I forget what else. 5 days of
energy. Energy pixie sticks.
So that's an amazing little prize. And then Kelsi's going to do a product, and I am going to most likely do a product or maybe a cash prize. So what you guys can do, we're going to pick there's going to be 3 winners. So anyways, 24 hours, we'll go off of Kelsi's doing a keto sample pack. So we'll go off 24 hours from, 5:40 right now Pacific time. So let's just say 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. So that really gives you guys that, yes, we're giving you a push. Are you a little nervous? Are you a little uncomfortable? That's normal. That's okay. We're here to help you. We're, your leader or whoever got you involved, you have so much support and you have people to help you. We're the ones basically whispering what to say in your ear, and the person you're talking to doesn't know, but let us help you with that, because it's something that not all teams have this kind of support. I really, really want you guys to know that. So we're here for you. We want you all to just start getting those wins, get those shopping sprees, $100 shopping spree on product, write down the products you want to try. And then have that in front of you, because as soon as you get those 4 loyal customers, we're gonna get that shopping spree in your first month. So I think that's it. Just really quick, make sure that you guys are reaching out to your sponsor, reach out to your leader, let them know what your goal is, so that we know how to help you. There has been a lot of people that have signed up in the last week or so, especially the last few days with this promotion. So we want you to be a squeaky wheel and let us know what your goals are so we can help you reach them. So thank you guys all so much. I did record this. We'll see if my tech challenge brain can figure out how to download it to actually share it with you guys. So thanks, Kelsi and Marina. Keep us posted on this challenge, 24 hours starting now. And we're so glad that you guys are here. Welcome to our company. Welcome to our family. We love you guys. Okay. Have a good night.